Over this last year, we got a few memorable VR games, titles like Bone Lab. But one game stood out to me not only because I heard people talking about it, but because it was one of those times where a game that already existed was finally coming to VR. Breachers is a near perfect one-to-one copy of Rainbow Six Siege, even including the 12-year-olds who don't get kills but call you trash instead. Even though it's still currently in alpha, that's right, not even in beta, and it's already pretty good. Although it looks like Pavlov might have a mature audience for once. All these little kids are going to be migrating over there. And before we get into my video, my Patreon has resurrected from the grave, so if you want to support the channel, get your username in the videos, and have the Patreon exclusive role in my Discord, then check out the link below. And now,
there's two types of men in this world, men who have tried to suck their own cock, and liars. So obviously
Rainbow Six started all the way back in 1998 and looked like if you took CS 1.6 and threw grease over the top of it, looking like a Dollar Tree version of Wolfenstein 3D. I've only played Vegas 2 and Siege, but I've always had fun whenever I've played them, except when I don't get on Siege for a while, and the first thing they advertise to me is their battle pass system. Hey, Ubisoft, how about instead of stealing my money, you can take it and shove it up your ass? Now, Rainbow Six Siege came out on December 1st, 2015, and Viewie's fun fact of the day, I played the beta before it actually came out, and that's the day I lost all emotion in my body. It's a simple game of bomb defusal or a hostage rescue, but ring ring, wait, what? Valve said they want to sue. Alright, give these characters some quirky attributes, and we can sell a bunch of weapon skins to make up for it. Love you too, Dad. See you at dinner. Now, aside from microtransactions and a not free-to-play game, I generally think Siege is pretty good. I don't really play it that much anymore, but I've never had a problem with it or never not liked it. Just not my favorite game in the world. Now, flashing lights and loud noises. Where do I sign again?
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. Do you want my head delivered to your door in a box?
So the team at Triangle Factory, who also developed a little game called Hyperdash, took Rainbow Six and just thought, all right, just gonna take that, Control-C, Control-V, make it work in VR. Perfect, it's ready. Breachers is a 5v5 tactical shooter that lets me fly a little drone and spy on people. Jonathan Byers, who let you in here? There's something so satisfying about rappelling up a building in VR. You would think this wouldn't work that well considering I'm wearing an Android phone on my face, but even being that it's still in alpha, it works pretty well. As of right now, there's only one map, the factory, but with this one map, I'm confident the map design for Breachers is going to be insane. I don't really have any complaints about this map, even though I've already played it a million times. The room to defuse switches up every time and keeps things fresh. You could breach, get it from multiple points and shoot through walls to get the upper hand. And shooting with these weapons is amazing. The buy menu, the attachments on guns. This feels like an FPS game designed from the ground up in VR. Something like Contractors of Pavlov are obviously meant for VR, but this buy menu and attachment system makes my monkey brain go crazier than a 12-year-old playing Gorilla Tag. Functioning as a team is something you'll obviously have to focus on to actually have a winning shot. It's not really something you have to do in other VR games since you basically can clutch up any game without any real help. Although this is something to improve upon, even when your teammates die, you'll still be able to hear them talking, so you can get callouts the entire game. And of course, things like the drone, breaching foam, or even door blockers all work extremely well in VR. The drone, I can see how it wouldn't feel that great to play to a new user, but for the Sigma VR player, it's perfect. Breaching foam is super satisfying to use, and I've never seen anything like this in VR, but let's focus on the primary method of winning.
If you put butter in it, it tastes like butter.
Of course, like every VR game, you have some type of weapon, but this isn't the average milsim or CSGO reincarnation. The guns do feel a lot different, and again, the attachment system for each weapon is the most unique thing I've seen in a long time. This is peak VR weaponry. When I first got on Breachers, and I felt like I was exploring a whole new side of VR I have never seen before, and this game is in alpha. It's not even in a beta yet.
And I'm not sure how sex with an entire company works on the physics side of things.
Now, if you're watching this video from 3 months from now, 6 months from now, or even a year from now, mostly everything I'll be talking about will be fixed, but this will just serve as a wish list for what I want from the devs and not so much as a you need to fix your game. For number one, we have more maps. I've said it before, but if Factory is this great of a map, I could only imagine what these other maps will be, and I'm super hyped to see what they will have next. Factory itself does have a few small glitches when spectating. If you find a wall you can no-clip through, you can basically fly throughout the entire level. Number two is class variations. It would be a nice addition. I don't know if it's something that would work with what Triangle Factory has set for this game, but if we're trying to copy Ubisoft, let's take one for the team and add tachanka into VR. I'm sure no one would mind. It would make tons of players happy, and everyone would be so grateful and praise this character because it's just so cool. Number three is virtual stock. It's a borderline necessity for me. It feels 10 times smoother and easier to aim when my Quest 2 controllers aren't trying to shove themselves into the abyss. I'm sure this will get added later down the road, and it's not a super huge deal once you get used to it, but it's still a nice feature.
No! I'm Googling titties again!
I actually cannot wait for this game to fully release. It's super unique with how it presents itself, and even if the idea isn't all that new, but it's going to be worth every penny when it drops. Maybe now that we'll have another VR FPS games, I can play Pavlov without blowing out my eardrum. So usually, right, I have the overhead light on. I have a lamp over here, but that's way too harsh of a shadow, right? So what I do is I take this t-shirt and I go like that. And then I have light and it's, you know, I diffuse the light. That's right, I'm a real YouTuber.